Very soon after we experience child loss, people will often come to us and say, it's time for you to get on with living. And we don't want to hear that. We're not ready. I don't think we're ever really ready to get back into living because we know our living again is not going to be the same. When our child died, part of us died along with our child. That's a fact that we cannot escape. We're a different person. Our child was part of us, a living, breathing part of us, a part of our soul, so to speak. And we hear the term thrown at us many times over that you need to get into your new normal. Well, what is our new normal? I don't know of anybody who could totally explain what a new normal is. And I know as a bereaved mom, I'm working hard every day to find what my new normal is. I find myself even trying to figure out how many children do I say I have. And I know how many children I have, but do I include my children that have died? Do I talk about my son who passed away just recently? What's this new normal? What is this? Well, that's something that we all struggle with as bereaved parents, and it's not something that we find all of a sudden. We walk very slowly into a path called our new normal. We find a place that is a place of comfort eventually. Is it a full comfort? No, absolutely not. Part of us is missing. So we're never ever going to feel the same, but that doesn't mean that we will not find joy in living again. And I think lots of times people misunderstand that. Parents even struggle with that. Quite often we don't give ourselves permission to smile for a long, long time after our child has died. Why? Because we feel guilty. We feel if we smile, if we experience any joy, that in some way that's taking away the meaning of our child's life, and that's not true at all. We can smile and we can have joy again, but it's a different kind. We now look at life much differently. I think for myself, anyway, I appreciate the smaller things in life so much better now that I know that child loss has taken place, and I see the little things. I love to watch little children now. I love to listen to their conversations much closer than I ever did before. They're beautiful. To me, little children are a slice of heaven, and I think of heaven more frequently now that my son has died. I look at the sky in a different way. That's part of my new normal. I love going outside, taking walks, and looking up at the clouds and imagining that my son is right there looking down at me, protecting me, taking care of me. I listen to the wind in a different way. That's part of my new normal. I watch flowers bloom in a new way. And you might say, well, that doesn't take away the pain of child loss. No, it doesn't take away the pain, but it does bring a bit of comfort, and it does bring a bit of joy back into our lives when we slide into the space of what we call our new normal. Our new normal doesn't have to be a bad place. Our new normal can be a wonderful place. If I had to leave a thought with you, I would say that one thing we can take away from the loss of our child when we find our new normal is heaven becomes a lot more real to us. And to me, that's a beautiful, beautiful thought.